This is completely true, and they needed to show Benedict Colin's personality from the books, because otherwise, if you had to watch Benedict act the way he does in the books, and he's not really present in the first 2 books, but he is in his book, obviously, if he had to act the way he does, it would be impossible to support him. Because it's one thing to read his behavior, it is a whole other ballpark to watch him act that way. But I will say that the show didn't give Benedict all of Colin's personality from the books, because book Colin was kind, and he was flirty, and he was charming, and he was liked by everyone, and he was a traveler. He had all of these aspects about himself that made him such a good and likable person. And Benedict from the show got the aspect of being charming and being flirty and a bit frivolous, whereas Colin, he's still incredibly kind and incredibly loyal, and that by far, in my opinion at least, is a much more likable trait in someone. I still find myself supporting show Benedict, even without his flirty charisma and without his panache with the ladies. I still find myself actually wanting to root for him because he's so kind and supportive and helpful to all of his friends and his family. In season 1, after Colin's relationship with Marina kind of breaks down because it's revealed that she has been with child the entire time, he tells her that had she just explained the entire situation to him, she would have married her anyway. And in season 2 of the show, when he comes back from his travels, he's feeling a bit lost and a bit frivolous and a bit wayward. He doesn't really know what to do, but he still goes out of his way to try and make a name for himself. Once he realizes that Jack is actually conning the Featheringtons, or so he thinks, once he realizes that, he goes out of his way and he makes sure to take down Jack in the best and most efficient way possible without ruining the Featheringtons, because he cares about them and because he wants to protect them, especially Penelope. And he also doesn't forget who helped him along the way. Once he's done all of this, he takes a group of his friends to Will's bar that he's just opened, his new gentleman's club, to show his support and to help Will. And to think, if we had him do all of that, as well as being charming and as well as being flirty, none of us would have survived. None of us would have been paying attention to Simon or Anthony at all. It would have been only about Colin, because I guarantee you, had he been doing all of this, as well as the charming and the flirtiness, we wouldn't have survived. And so it is for the good of the show that they actually gave some of Colin's personality to Benedict. Not only to save Benedict's character and make him a bit likable, and so we actually want to support him when his season comes around, but also so that we're not just watching Colin, so that we are actually paying attention to the love interest we're meant to be paying attention to during that season. But if anyone fancies themselves a Colin Bridgerton, I am available.